Hello, podcast listeners. It's going to be 2021 in review. Yes, I know it's 2022, but we're going to begin our podcast with a review of 2021, and here we go.
Welcome, all of you fantastic dental podcast listeners, to the My Practice, My Business Dental Podcast Show, where we help dentists profit and thrive with excerpts from the clinical business of dentistry training here at My Practice, My Business. We'll be addressing and answering questions with current trends dentists and their teams face each and every day in their pursuit of this wonderful career we call dentistry. And now the host of our show, the clinical director and president at My Practice, My Business, Dr. Rob Thorup.
I want to thank my sweetheart, business partner, and best friend, Tracy, for that intro. And I want to let all of you know that Omniflu has been being passed around, and regular head colds, and everything's being passed around our house, probably similar to your home, where you guys are passing who knows what. So please put up with my voice. It's I think it will eventually recover sometime in February, hopefully. I'm just laughing. Oh my gosh, can we just laugh about 2021 and hopefully, pray for a better 2022. I think that's about the only thing we can do. So most important, I want to thank all of you for your support with My Practice, My Business, and supporting this podcast and dentistry as a whole. And Tracy and I are so grateful that we've been able to be a part of your life, whether as a client or just a podcast listener. This podcast is going to be off the cuff, so hold on. I'm not sure where I'm going to go with it, but my mind's thinking about so many topics, and I think you'll find hopefully one of them, at least one of them, useful to your practice. I want to start with the success of our clients and what defines that success. Tracy and I were going over a pile of analysis reports just the other night. After finishing at 8 p.m., I looked at Tracy and said, I'm so happy with all these offices. It's like watching your kids become successful in whatever vertical they choose to apply themselves. And in the stack of analysis reports, we had some offices who increased their net revenue by around 10 grand and others 20. But then there was this office who did over 50,000 in new net revenue directly from our training. And all the offices we train increase net revenue with our business training. They just do. It's a good thing they do, or we'd be out of business. And they do so in ways that no one ever imagined possible, let alone thinkable. And dang, I love my job teaching all of you. I love what we do. It's like helping practices be successful. It's the best thing ever. But I digress. Let's get back to the $50,000 overachiever. I love this office. 2 docs, a great team, and vision. They simply implemented their vision and accomplished that success. And did I mention that this was only month 2 from their team, and they did go to the office manager front office training also, in addition to the team training? That's right. This office took both team training and then sent their office manager front office team members to our office manager front office training here at My Practice, My Business. What's more, they practice in a small town of about 20 to 25,000 people at best. We get asked this question all the time, and here it is. Quote, I know your training works in large cities, Rob, but we live in a rural community where everyone knows everyone. Does your training work for offices in small towns like ours? End of quote. We have many clients in small towns, you guys, who do so well with our training. Every one of them has a huge measure of success. Small town dental patients deserve our training too. They deserve choice. The best dentistry has to offer them, they deserve that. And the best dentistry that you can provide them with your training, they deserve that. And here's the best news of all. Our training is effective whether you're in a small town or a large city. It's just business, people. Pure and simple. Pure and simple business principles that every business engages in, whether it's a big town or a small town or a large city or wherever. Every business does what we teach. I want to talk about our periodontal protocols for a minute. we teach a very aggressive protocol that simply rids the large majority of patients from their periodontal disease. It doesn't fix the destruction, no, but it does eliminate the infection that causes the disease. The diagnosis and treatment of periodontal disease is such an interesting topic, my friends. And most periodontists, they laugh at our protocols because they don't know how to bill it to the patient and how to bill it to insurance, meaning our protocols require a treatment plan that far exceeds what insurance plans will pay for. So what do the large majority of offices do? They treat to the insurance plan instead of treating the disease. As one of our medical malpractice insurance reps said to me, quote, "Our periodontal therapies are antiquated, Rob, and they do not work," end of quote. That just means we let our patients maintain their infection by placing them on forever periodontal maintenance. Am I wrong? No, I'm not. One more thing I've noticed in my office is this. The better the skills of the hygienist that's doing our protocols, the faster the patient responds. And that actually makes sense. That means that, yeah, not all my hygienists throughout the years have been really good. They've been good, but the ones I have now are great. And that principle can apply to any of us in this profession, right? Over 95% of our patients return back to 6-month recall after our periodontal therapy is complete and sometimes sooner. With healthy mouths, they have healthy mouths that are free of periodontal disease. Well, we must be doing something right. And the patient is happy to pay for the things they understand. Just kind of noodle on that one for a little bit. Do you want to have forever periodontal maintenance with forever an infection? Or do you want to have, eliminate it? You see, in medicine, if they had a patient continue to come back with infection in some body part and they didn't get it cleared up, that would be medical malpractice. Let that sink in for just a minute. There is absolutely no reason for our patients to continually walk around with infection in their mouths. Is there a better way? Yes, there is. And we've got that training. Let's move to something I witnessed on one of the dental social media platforms that made me laugh, but also caused me some concern. One of our clients here in Utah had a patient move to another state, and they took their treatment plan with them. The dentist from the other state unprofessionally took a picture, and I do mean unprofessionally, this guy's an idiot, took a picture of the treatment plan. They placed it on a social media site and asked the world if this treatment plan was acceptable. It obviously had some of our secret sauce on it, I'm not going to lie. And of course, the unknowing, non-business trained, never have read a dental insurance contract and never read a state law, let alone the CDT codebook, individuals opined their views on his treatment plan. Yeah, these are the people that opined their views. What a joke. All of you who are clients are already laughing because you know where I'm going with this. I'll share some of the things with the rest of you. I'm going to share some things. Yes, you can charge for an upgraded crown from a high-end lab or CEREC technology. Yes, you can charge for local anesthetic if you know how to do it the right way. And now in Utah, with our new Utah dental law, you can charge for local anesthetic. You don't even have to use a different code. And especially with our new Utah dental law, yes, you can charge for a few other codes that were on his treatment plan. Just like medical does, just like veterinary does, just like chiropractics do, and every other business does. Now then, here's the best part. A well-known consultant read the thread. The treatment plan clearly had shown who the practice was here in Utah, which I think is so unprofessional from this idiot. And she made this type of a comment, quote, "This is extremely concerning, as this is right here in my backyard," end of quote. Oh, for heaven's sakes. We know who this dental consultant is. One of their team members tried to get our training information from one of our clients already last year, and that client of ours did the right thing and kept our proprietary information from her. Once again, the majority of dental consultants just don't get it. They just don't know what they don't know. They've never engaged in the type of investigative work that we have here at My Practice, My Business. They certainly have never passed a dental law like we did here at My Practice, My Business. And they continue to mix well-intentioned protocols with misinformation, unlike we do here at My Practice, My Business. They beat their chest as if they were the general authorities on dental business protocols, yet they don't know what we know here at My Practice, My Business. But I'll tell you, I just laughed when I saw that statement she made. And what's really sad is I actually respect that company. And I respected her. I still do, but not as much. Enough said. Let's move to the mentioned new dental law here in Utah. The Network Leasing, Downcoding, and Bundling Protections Law. Yes, I wish we could have made it shorter. That's the smallest title we and Val at the UDA could come up with. I'm not going to go into details about the law. I've already beat up that law, that content in other podcasts. But two things really concern me with this new law. Tracy and I fought hard to get passed for all of you. First, most dental offices in the state of Utah are either afraid to take advantage of being taken advantage of by dental insurance plans, and you won't bill your patient for the work you do. And yet they'll, y'all bitch and complain. Sorry, I'm trying to turn over a new leaf this year, but I don't think I can get rid of my sailor mouth. I'm going to try, but I don't think it's going to happen. So y'all bitch and complain about the third-party payers all the time. And you have no room. You have no room to complain if you don't know how to implement the law. And we won't learn how to implement it. You just choose not to implement it. Okay? The learning part is what I always see is a stumbling block. And fear. It's always fear. Okay? Second, I'm really surprised at how many other states, that's right, I'm talking to all of you out in other states right now. I am surprised, or more specifically, surprised at state dental associations that are not engaging their local political leaders into copying the new Utah law. What does that say about our profession, about your local districts and state associations? I'm asking you, what does this say about your state dental leaders, the ones that aspire to be the president of the association? It is so much easier to copy a state law that's already been passed in another state than it is to create one from scratch. Heaven knows that Tracy and I understand that statement all too well. If you're waiting for your state dental association or its leaders to make things happen, you're spinning your wheels. How about you get involved? Put some pressure on them. Take a copy of our law that we created from scratch. That's why I say Tracy and I know all too well how tough that is. Take a copy of our law to your dental association executive and officers and make things happen. Put the pressure on them. We need leaders, not followers. Tell them that. Ride their butts until they get things done, or just do it yourself. Hire a lobbyist like we did. We got the ball moving, and then the UDA jumped on board with us, which helped us tremendously too. But we were already down that road, and we were already going to make it happen. But I'll tell you, if you can get your association to work with you, all the better. Because Val with the association, he's been great. He's been very good. Everybody has political agendas, and we all have to keep our agendas in check, right? And, but man, once you earn the respect of your association, which I hope that My Practice, My Business has earned the respect of the Utah Dental Association, I think we have. And once you earn that respect, it's amazing what the two of you can do together, like MPMB and the UDA. Another observation I watched last year with our clients, if you're buying CEREC, get the entire system. Don't just piecemeal it. If you're thinking about getting a different scanner, please don't. You won't be happy. You'll be pseudo-stratified happy. You won't be entirely happy. And most important, Buy it from Patterson Dental. You'll get the best experience with implementation, generally speaking. If you're not a Patterson Dental client and you have someone else sell you a CEREC, you'll become a Patterson Dental client after that experience. At least that's what we've been seeing here in Utah. So go with the company that's been selling and training on CEREC the longest. That's Patterson. If you buy your supplies from someone else, great. Order your CEREC from Patterson. Give them the opportunity to earn your trust. We've seen too many of our clients order it from somebody else, and the implementation process has been terrible. So that's why I say what I say. That's our review in 2021. Let's move on with our review. Next is our office manager front office training, especially the one that we did in Hawaii. It was such an awesome success. The training is second to none, people. You should just call the offices that went through our training. They'll tell you. It's pure business training. It's training. It's the training our front office team members deserve. They deserve to come to Hawaii and see those beautiful days for 3.5 days where they don't get to go out on the beach. They have to earn it. They have to earn the enjoyment in Hawaii. So the first 3.5 days, we're kicking their rears and we're training them on business principles nobody has ever trained them on. And they all have their eyes wide open. And it's amazing. And it will make your practice run more efficiently and profitably. Nothing is more rewarding than when we hear front office team members who have been through all kinds of team training and from consulting companies say, quote, "I thought I knew everything until I was trained by MPMB," end of quote. Oh, if I had $1. Is there any reason why we guarantee our training and others do not? And finally, there is our current state of our economy. I know, I'm not getting political. I'm just speaking factual. Inflation on the rise in a big way. Actually, it's the highest it's been since, I can't remember how many years they've gone back. It's higher than when it was in 82. And you guys, I lived through that terrible time in the economic history of the United States. But with our training, we still had over 85% case acceptance in value-added service. Over 85%. See, people's discretionary spending was spent on dental care because we made it emotionally meaningful to them. Yep. Costs of goods are climbing in all areas. Dental insurance plans, this is my favorite, they're decreasing the reimbursement rates. Or they're maintaining the same while the dollar falls and all this stuff happens with inflation. And now wages are being challenged. And qualified employees are becoming more scarce or just not wanting to work anymore because we've made it easier for them to collect unemployment and stay home. Wow. How are you going to increase your net revenues, Doc? Are you going to increase your fee-for-service fees, which will cost shift your uninsured patient payments to cover your insured patients? What if you're 60, 70 plus % PPO? It's not going to have that big of an impact. And that's what happens all too often. That's the kind of crap dental supply companies and consultants will teach you to do. And that's because they don't have the answers on how to increase net revenues legally, ethically, and morally on PPO patients like we have here at My Practice, My Business. And when you increase net revenue, you can pay your dental teams fairly for the services that they provide you, Doc. Then you don't lose them. Then they want to come to work. What a concept. If you do not know how to increase profitability, not production, profitability on all of your patients, you will continue to work your guts out for very little profit margins, if any. Now, here's the great news. I know many of you have wanted to bring your team out here to Salt Lake for training, but you just can't quite pull that trigger because of the cost to shut down your practice, pay your team, have airline flights, hotel rooms, and transportation. You just don't see the vision of how much increase in net revenue that our training will give you because you've been lied to for so many times by other consultants, and you don't quite understand our guarantee. I get it. I understand. Okay? Let us earn your trust. Well, you can now take our training, just like training on a college course. And I'm not talking college. I'm talking university level. That's right. Virtual learning tuition on our virtual training is going to be a little higher than if you bring your team out here, because it takes more time on our part to make sure you are successful. You're successful with our training, but it's still guaranteed. No more excuses. Yes, we are going to have virtual training for team training, not office manager, front office training. No, that actually has to happen here in our training facilities. But the team training is coming virtual. So no more excuses. Get you and your team signed up for team training. Like I said, office manager, front office training is still here in Utah or Hawaii in the fall. And I think your office managers and front office people deserve that training out in Hawaii, but at least you can start earning more net income with our clinical business of dentistry team training, and then send your front office team to either here or Hawaii. We will keep you more informed as that comes down the pipe. We're hoping it will be available sometime in the first quarter here of this year. Give us a call if you're interested, because we still are only going to be pushing through so many offices each month on that training. Well, thank you for listening. I really, really do. And speaking for both Tracy and I, we really do appreciate your support. We appreciate you listening to our podcasts. We appreciate you reading our blogs. We appreciate all of you who have been through our training, who have been through refresher training, who have sent your front office team members to our training. You know how powerful it is. You know how successful you've been. But we couldn't do it without you, and we are grateful. And thanks for putting up with my voice again. I appreciate that. I'm sure the next podcast is probably going to still be a little rough. But I hope all of us can stay healthy, and I hope we can have a better 2022. I know many of you. Here's one more thing that caught my attention. We've had several offices sign up for training, and the docs have called and have said, Rob, Tracy, I produced more in 2021 than I have in years, and I took home less than I've ever taken home. I'm ready to sign up for your training. I love you guys. When you're following your business key point indicators and you're looking at that and you're realizing just how hard you're working and how less you're making, I appreciate you guys having that observation. That's where you know we can help. That's where you know we can help you reclaim forgotten profitability in dentistry again. Well, here's to a wonderful year, a wonderful new year in 2022. And we look forward to rubbing shoulders with our clients and all of you who will become our clients. Have a fantastic day, you guys.
Thank you for being with us today. Since 2006, My Practice, My Business has been teaching dentists and their teams business skills, dental insurance contractual protocols, and state laws governing how to profitably bill patients fairly for the need-based services they provide. What's more, we guarantee our training, unlike other dental consulting companies in the industry. Simply stated, if you don't increase your net revenue, we don't get paid. We call it dental consulting the way it should be. We believe there has never been a more important time than now for dentists to experience and implement our key methods, knowledge, and business training within their dental practices. To learn more about our guaranteed, no-risk clinical business of dentistry training that is changing dental practices for the better, just go to our website, mypracticemybusiness.com, and surf our pages for additional information about our company and the services we provide. When you're ready, give us a call and get scheduled for the most profitable dental business training that you will ever experience. If you enjoyed our podcast, please leave us a 5-star review. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call us. Thank you again and have a fantastic day.